Well, there we have it, guys. Wales top Pool C with a 43 points to 19 victory over Georgia. Now, if you missed this game, you might think 43 points, 6 tries, decent win over Georgia, 24 points in the wind. A great game by Wales. To be honest, I think this might have been Wales's worst performance of the tournament so far. Maybe Georgia's best, to be honest. I think Georgia played very well in this game. But of course, the game's just finished on my end, so we're going to go over some full-time thoughts, a few hot takes, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people disagreeing with me about some stuff over this game. If you enjoy this style of video, make sure to leave it a like, and of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we've got a great series of games going on this weekend, as well as the rest of the tournament. So Wales taking this one, like I said, 6 tries, Zambi getting a hat-trick, and yeah, the scoreboard looks great. Performance-wise, I really don't think this final score represents how that game went. I think Wales are very lucky they have someone like Zammit, who scores from basically anywhere on the pitch. Because I feel like you could, if he wasn't playing today, I think you take off 21 points from this game, and this is a much closer game. So take a look at the first half. Then Wales went in 17 points to 7 in the lead. And the story of that half was Wales chipping away at the scoreboard, chipping away at Georgia, but feeling frustrated. And a few of those issues coming from themselves, getting a few handling errors going wrong, giving away some silly penalties, some silly offside things that didn't need to happen. But a bit of a testament to Georgia going into this game. And of course, we saw their performances across this World Cup. They haven't really impressed me that much, or not as much as I was expecting them to anyway. Their conversion rate to getting over tries, getting the scores on the board, and some of their own issues have been letting them down through this tournament. Thought they played very well today. Really put Wales under a lot of pressure. The Georgian defence looked really solid. The pressure they were putting on Wales at the breakdown was absolutely solid, and just forcing issues from Wales. Maybe they'd seen what happened with Italy over the last couple of games against France and New Zealand, those big losses, and Georgia thought we need to give a solid performance in this one, trying to push that, they deserve to be looking at that Six Nations or looking at future tournaments and stuff. Now, Wales had a bit of a clear intention in this game to me, that they wanted to back that fitness. We talk a lot about the Wales fitness. They're so proud of the ability to play the full 80 and back their own defence and keep the ball live. They believe they're probably one of the fittest teams at this World Cup. And again, we saw it as we've seen in similar games with Australia and with Fiji, keeping the ball live, keeping it in play. If there's a line out happening, it's a quick line out, keep it running. Lots of kicking, trying to pin Georgia back. In the first half, it was sort of working for them. Georgia kind of struggling to get out of their 22. Tom Francis and Liam Williams coming away with tries, both of them off the back of a set piece, 5-metre line out, going for the driving maul. Driving maul not working very well today for Wales. Georgia shut that down like it was nobody's business. But Tom Francis, just that power carry getting his over. Liam Williams, they spread it a little bit wider and managed to get a run around the outside of one player and run over his try. But both of them coming off the set piece. Seems to be the only way Wales are scoring a structured attack try. It has to come off the back of a line out or something, as opposed to just going through multiple phases building up to it. But they did come away with those 2 tries. Sam Costello kicking both of them over along with the penalty as well. Kicking at post today for Sam Costello, really solid. Kicking around the park, I had to disagree quite a lot with the commentators. They kept saying at halftime he was having a brilliant game, he was doing amazing. I think a lot of the kicks were a bit aimless, a bit far. We saw one kick go completely dead, running over the dead ball line. There was a couple of kicks that were, not even ability for Rio Dyer to chase down. That was just called as the mark. Entering these kicking battles, it felt a bit like Georgia were winning them a little bit. I had to disagree with some of his kicking game around the park, but to post were absolutely solid. Put Wales in that 17-0 lead. The final 5 minutes, Georgia finally getting on the front foot though. Sharakadze getting over for his try. There's like similar to Wales, coming off the back of the 5-metre line out, driving maul. A little bit better than Wales, but Wales did well to shut that one down. Spread it through the middle and got over for the try. Now, it was George North that actually kind of missed that tackle on Sharakadze, managed to get under the post. Great try from them. The actual attack, though, began because George North running offside in front of the kicker. Very silly penalty, gave the territory away, and Georgia making the most of it. Now, in the preview video, I said, that's what I wanted to see from Georgia. I want to see territory, possession, entries into the 22 converted into tries, and that's what I wanted to see from Georgia today. Wales are favourites going in. I think a lot of people assume Wales probably go on to win this game, but there were still massive positives to take away for Georgia in this one, and it was that conversion rate. They got into the 22 once in the first half, 1 try. That's what you want to see. Okay, yeah, maybe they'd like to have more entries, but coming away with the big scores is what you want to see. So superb work from them. Matt Carver getting that kick over as well, as he did for the rest of the day. To fair, Matt Carver again kicking towards the post was looking pretty solid, as well as his actual kicking around the field. I thought Matt Carver did much better than Costello in terms of kicking for touch and just kicking generally around the field. And then towards the end of that first half, it was just coming across that Wales felt like they'd taken their foot off the gas. It felt very reminiscent of what we got to see against Fiji in that second half. Very out of shape, very flat, no one offering themselves as an attacking threat, no real options, one-off carries, people a bit slow to the ruck. Liam Williams was just in the attacking line constantly and wanting to go himself, which, great to try and push on, but maybe doing too much, actually not giving the pass, not getting it out wider. Reece Zammit really didn't hear his name said a lot in that first half. So they went in at halftime in the lead, and you take those positives away from the game, but you really wanted to see them build. You wanted to see a bit more in that second half, and to be honest, it didn't come. It didn't come in that second half for a long time. Now, if anyone missed the game, Reece Zammit's the first one to get on the scoreboard. That is just a Georgian mishandling error, a bit of a rubbish pass getting out for them. Ball bouncing, George North picks it up, pass out to Reece Zammit. No one is as fast as Reece Zammit on the field and runs it over for a superb try from the halfway line. Costello kicking that one over as well. So the first score goes to Wales, but really against the run of the game. And then Georgia get on the front foot. They controlled this game, I would say, up to 65 minutes. Georgia had full control of that half. Wales stuck in their own 22, really struggling to do anything with it, even getting turnovers in the lineouts. Box kicks from Thomas Williams, not looking great, not really gaining any distance, only moving them 8 metres from the try line off of a 5 metre lineout they just stole, not really giving them any sort of relief. And the consistent pressure and well-worked attack by Georgia rewarded them with 2 tries. Karkadze coming off the bench, going over for his try, again off the driving maul. Big power players running off the back and just taking it over for his try. And then Nini Yashvili getting his in the 62nd minute, a brilliant run. He's been, I think, player of the tournament for Georgia. He's played well in every game, including this one, with a superb running line from him. Handoff on Gareth Davis and running the length of the field. Liam Williams not being able to get back for that one. A great try by them for that one. And then Tabu Tadze also had his try disallowed for getting a foot in touch, which I agreed with, was in touch, so fair enough. But, they almost had 4 tries from, 4 real big visits to the Wales 22. I think there's a lot of positives for Georgia to take away in this game. In terms of the scoreboard as it progresses, then it all goes towards Wales, but 2 of these tries from Reece Zammit, again, I felt a bit like they were against the run of the grain of the game a little bit. Wales finally being able to ship it out wide. Reece Zammit managing to score 1 off his own chip and chase, the other one Liam Williams doing a chip over the top, and Reece Zammit hammering down the line to score that one. I actually thought the second try from Zammit wasn't a try. I'm a Wales supporter. I'm going to be honest about these sort of things. I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to the reviews. I really kind of thought like that shouldn't be a try. I feel like he got one finger dotted down on the ball, and maybe you would give that. I don't necessarily agree with that being a try. I thought maybe he made the wrong decision to sort of kick that on a second time. I think you just catch that and slide over the try line. It was definite. Referees gave it, TMO gave it, but I can see why a couple of the Jordan supporters would have been a little bit annoyed about that. And then finally George North getting over his try in that 80th minute, again by Zammit, giving that nice little try assist to him out on the wing. Georgia getting a bit tired by that point and going over. So Wales finishing off on a good scoreline. 2 yellow cards. This was a bit of a fun scrap. I love a bit of a scrap in a rugby game. I'm not really sure if I agree with the yellow card. I know they're trying to cut this stuff out of the game. Players are fired up. No one threw a punch. No one did anything wrong. It was a bit over the top. Maybe you would have done, it was a penalty to Georgia, reverse the penalty, reverse it back. I don't think they necessarily needed 2 yellow cards. I actually think it was a bigger blow to Georgia to lose Nini Yashvili compared to Tame Basham coming on for Wales. Tame Basham's only just come on the field, didn't really make a massive impact into the game, bar just having that yellow card and not playing the rest. Nini Yashvili felt like a real loss to that Georgia team in terms of their own attack, but also defensively. Reece Zammit scored over in that corner and George North scored over in that corner where Nini Yashvili was meant to be. So I think that was a bit harsh on Georgia getting a yellow card for that one, but don't engage in the scrap. Maybe there's the takeaway from that. But in terms of the general performance, though, I think Wales are still won't be too happy with that one. Like I said, I think all 3 of the Reece Zammit tries are just Reece Zammit being Zammit. So, I mean, I think you could deduct 21 points on this if he just wasn't playing this game. I don't think anyone else is doing what he was able to do in that game. This one could have finished, look at that. What would that have been? 22-19? That would have been a much closer game. Georgia had a phenomenal game in this one. A couple of players really stepping up for them. Niniashvili once again, Sharakadze, Mikko Taudze, another good game from him. He's had 2 back-to-back now. I think all 3 of them played very well. In terms of Wales' performance, it was kind of hard to judge who was necessarily doing too well. Rio Dyer chasing the kicks very well. I don't think Sam Costello had a lot of brilliant kicks, to be fair, today. Thomas Williams had 1 decent box kick. I think that actually, you know, awarded a good 50-22. A lot of the other box kicks didn't necessarily look the best for me. Liam Williams maybe a bit overplaying himself and maybe just going a bit too hard on the attack rather than looking outside. I have to say, I actually think Reece Zammit held the fullback position better today. After Liam Williams came off, Reece Zammit moved back to the that 15 shirt and had a great game playing at 15 in that last sort of 10 minutes or so. There was one kick that Georgia did, went out to the back, and Reece Zammit managed to collect, realised he was under pressure and actually be able to run it out from his own 22, relieving pressure from Wales rather than just booting it out, kind of what Liam Williams was doing. And then, of course, gave that try assist to North as well by looking for the pass out onto the wing, which, again, Liam Williams not really doing in this one. In terms of the overall score, Wales will take this. They top the table. It has come with a few concerns. Liam Williams looked like he's picked up an injury. Faletau didn't look particularly good when he was coming off the field either. So big concerns. We talked about this in the preview video, putting on a big team for this final game and how much that risks going ahead and towards the quarterfinals and stuff. But they will top the pool. I'm going to be looking very closely at Argentina, Japan, maybe even Samoa do have the mathematical ability to get into that second place and see them in the quarterfinals. But looking forward to see how they get on. In terms of Georgia, though, I think full credit to Georgia in this game. I thought they brought everything. Best performance of the tournament for them. I think they can leave this tournament feeling quite happy with that final performance. Maybe they'll be a bit unhappy for that game not to have finished a little bit closer in terms of the scoreline, but I think a lot of positives for them to take away. All of the things I wanted to see them work on in this game, they much improved on. But for Wales, it sounds weird because of how big the scoreboard is by the end, but I really don't think that the performance was really there for Wales today. Maybe not the full A-team, big strength team that you'd be expecting in like a quarterfinals or something, but a lot of those players maybe putting their hands up to get into that team, I really don't think managed it today. So we'll see how Wales get on. But congratulations to Wales for taking this win and for topping the table of Pool C. I'm off now to go watch England versus Samoa, which will hopefully be a really good game before the final big one, Ireland versus Scotland. I don't know if I'll do a review after the England game, but I will be doing one for the Ireland versus Scotland game. So make sure you are keeping an eye out on the channel for when that video comes out. I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. Make sure you drop down your thoughts on the game down in the comment section, because I do enjoy having a read through them as well. I hope you all enjoyed this one today, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.